In this video, I'm going to do a spring hive inspection and show you what to look for.
Okay, we're getting ready to put a feeder on this hive right here. But before we do that, we're going to do our first spring inspection. And it's April 2nd. It's probably about 55 degrees. And it's a little chilly, but there's no wind today and the sun is out. So I'm going to do it because I'm fairly quick and I'm going to do some filming. So that you can see exactly what we're talking about, what we're looking for. I'm going to put the frames right here where my hand is. You'll be able to see them. And then I'll go in after the fact in the video and maybe I'll highlight some things so that you can see exactly what we're looking at. And so I haven't done anything to this hive all winter, except I put a patty on there 2 weeks ago because they were looking a little hungry. All of the hives were a little hungry because we've had such weather. So that's kind of what was going on with that. So if you're a beginner, what you'll notice is I'm going to work from the outside here. I'm going to work right from this side toward the center. And the reason is your queen is probably going to be somewhere in the center and you don't want to risk damaging her. So this is our first frame. So what we have there is open comb that they're putting pollen in. You can see the cells there. They have pollen, and that's kind of what they're doing on that side. On this side, we have open nectar. So this is their food frame. There probably isn't really nectar this time of year because it's so early. That's probably water and or it could be honey. There's several dead out hives in this yard and they probably have stolen some of that honey. They're pretty full of honey. So that's what we have on this frame. So that's the outside frame. And now we're going to do the second frame. And I run my hives with two 4-frame nukes side by side. So we're just doing this side. This side is dead and did not survive the winter, but this side did. So we have on this side is pollen, capped brood, and probably some eggs. And I'll be able to tell when I zoom in on the camera later. We'll just get a shot of that. And on this side, we have more open cells, which I don't have my glasses on, but I think there's eggs in there. So I'm pretty sure that there's eggs in that frame. So that means that they're filling out this hive. And the other thing you want to remember is to put your frames back in the same way you took them out. Orientation. I'm looking down into the hive also, and they are not in that second, in that bottom deep yet. So this is their first round of brood. And once all that hatches and it warms up, they will go back down and start from that and work their way up. Or you could reverse them. You could take these 4 frames, put them down there and reverse the frames. I don't usually do that because they usually do it themselves. Some beekeepers are pretty big on reversing. Okay, so this frame is a pretty good frame of brood. It's all hatched out already. And they're relaying. And then on this side is some more brood that is hatched, and then there's some older stuff, and then there's the queen. You can see if you can pick her out. I'll highlight her so that you can see her, but for your own knowledge, see if you can pick her out. Alright, so that is that. And then the last frame in here, out of this 4-frame nuke, on April 2nd, 2019. Wow, another fantastic frame with brood on it. And then this side looks like they're drawing out some fresh comb. There's some stores there, and she's probably going to lay in that one because that one is toward the center of the hive. Alright, so as you see, that didn't take very long. Like I said, it's not too bad out here. It's not blowing or cold, and you know, I know that they always say you should be 60 degrees or above, but you know, you can't always wait to do that if you're a professional beekeeper and you're doing this for a living. Sometimes you need to check your hives, see if the queen's laying, see if there's emergency procedures that you need to do. Sometimes the queen fails just as spring is starting, but there's still a lot of bees and there's some brood, and you can save a hive by getting a queen. Sometimes they make it just until then. Sometimes the hive kills her and tries to supersede once the weather gets just a little nicer. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong this time of year. So that's that, and now I'm going to put a feeder on here. A couple of bees I squished, or they were already dead on the bottom of the frames, not sure. So this is a good indication of what's going on in this hive. 3 frames with brood on it, 1 just food, and that's pretty amazing when you consider that this is just the first thing that we came out of winter, and we haven't done anything to it. We put a pollen patty on it, like I said, 2 weeks ago, and it had enough stores. It worked its way up from the bottom to the top and overwintered. We had snow. We had a couple of days of minus 57 degree temperatures up here in northwest Indiana, and that's what this nuke looks like when you first open it up. If you want to get an idea of what it looks like from the top, let me just grab the camera and show you kind of what that looks like. It's totally packed with bees except for this outside seam right here. That one's just got a few, but the rest of them are totally packed, and this is looking really healthy. Look at it this way. Well, if you'd like to become a better beekeeper, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.